You come for the MVP, you best not miss. If you come for the MVP, you best not miss. All that talking, all that pushing and grabbing, all that aggressiveness on the court, it ain't gonna get you no dub. It's not gonna get you no victory because you come for the MVP, you best not miss. This is one of the storylines that's been going down since the 2015 season. Cat, Nikola Jokic, Karl Anthony Towns. Who is going to take the throne in the division? And then the conversation moved forward. Who's the best center in the division? To clearly, Nikola Jokic is the best center in the Western Conference. And then he elevated. He's the best center in the entire NBA. Then it elevated even more. He's not just a top 10 player, not just a top 5 player. He's a MVP. Reigning MVP of the NBA. And if you come for the MVP, you best not miss. This is SwipaCam. Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad that you chose to spend a part of your evening with us here today on this wonderful October 30th, 2021, where the Denver Nuggets come away with a 93-91 victory. And boy, oh boy, do we got some stories to tell. Nikola Jokic tonight, the MVP of the NBA, on his worst game of the year, has 26 points, 19 rebounds, and 7 assists in 37 minutes, 10 of 23 shooting, worst shooting performance of the season, 3 of 8 from the three-point line, only 3 of 4 from the free throw line. But the guy that they said they couldn't play defense, the slow Serbian Sombor shuffler himself who can't play defense, 3 blocks, 1 steal, and on the night, he's a plus 17 in a game they won by 2 points. The MVP of the NBA is not here to be fooled with. He's not here to be messed with. He's the best for a reason, because when crunch time calls for greatness, he's great. When the fourth quarter and things get tight, he's ready to go. It don't matter who the competition is. It could be Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, DeAndre Ayton, Bam Adebayo, or Karl Anthony Towns. Everybody gonna get the work. Karl Anthony Towns tonight started off hot, ended with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And all night, the Minnesota announcers are jawing at the mouth talking about, let's be clear, Towns ain't that far away from Jokic. Look at Towns' numbers when he played against Jokic over his career. He's outplayed him individually, but Jokic has had the better team. But what's the excuse now? You got 2 number 1 overall picks on your team, Minnesota. Jamal Murray ain't here. Michael Porter Jr.'s offensive game still hadn't showed up, but we're going to talk about him because we're going to talk about him. Because despite what everybody's saying about him not shooting, he was the best defender on the floor tonight for the Denver Nuggets for most of the game. Man, the MVP showed up 26, 19, and 7. Deal with that. Hey, y'all, let's go ahead and squash this right now. We got a lot of folks out there that always got something smart to say about Will Barton, but guess what? Who had the game-saving block to put the game to bed, to go ahead and send Minnesota bye-bye? Will Barton III, Baltimore's finest. Had 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist on 3 of 10 shooting, 1 of 5 from 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Not great, but he had 2 blocks, game-winning block, with 3 steals, and he was a plus 8 tonight in the game the Denver Nuggets won by 2. Monte Morris tonight, another great freaking game. 30 minutes, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 7 of 14 from the field, 1 of 6 from the three-point line, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 steal, plus 17 in the game the Denver Nuggets won by 2. He was giving it to D'Angelo Russell. His counterpart, D'Angelo Russell, tonight had 14 and 6 on 6 of 15 and was a plus 10 when he was in. They played each other even, but Morris outplayed him in that second half like he needed to. Aaron Gordon tonight, worth all and every bit of $93 million so far this season. Aaron Gordon in 31 minutes had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists on 4-10 shooting, 0-2 from the three-point line, 4-4 from the free throw line, key 4-4. 2 blocks and 2 steals, and a game high, plus 26. So again, folks can say what they want about Aaron Gordon and his contract that's worth up to $93 million, but he is proving his value by being the lockdown defender every night Locking down the defenders, locking down the opposing team, whether it's Malik Beasley today, whether it's Luka Doncic yesterday, whether it's going to be Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James later. He's showing up to the party every day. He had some great plays from Aaron Gordon tonight. Great blocks against Karl Anthony Towns tonight. But we got to talk about Michael Porter Jr., man. 35 minutes, 7 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 of 14 from the field, 0 of 6 from the three-point line, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. But guess what? He was a plus 10 tonight. And again, y'all, I get it. Porter ain't shooting well. But y'all have to understand, the dude is shooting over 42% in his career from three. Over 50% from the field in his career. Y'all think I'm worried about 6 games in the season? No. It's not fun. You know, we want Porter to do what Porter gonna do, but at the end of the day, think about it. Think about this, y'all. Last year, we would have to beg him at times, especially 2 years ago in his rookie year, beg him to play defense and rebound at the rate he was playing defense and rebounding today. Porter made game-changing plays in the second quarter. When the bench came in and they were down 14 points, it was a part of Porter's defense, his rebounding, that helped change the tide to get them down 4 at half. That was Porter. Porter did that. Porter has not shot the ball well, but he has stepped up and played defense and rebounded. You know what? Michael Malone always said, you got to find other ways to contribute, and that's exactly what Michael Porter Jr. is doing. He's finding other ways to contribute. So again, I get it. You expect more from him, but guess what? It's 6 games into his 3rd year. It's going to happen, and he'll get there. But 12 rebounds and 3 assists, key rebounds, clutch rebounds, that matters. Rebounds is, again, why Jokic is such a great defender. He's not a great paint protector, but he's a rebounder, meaning you end possessions. And Porter today was ending possessions and getting extra possessions for the Denver Nuggets. The starters tonight were a plus 17 for Jokic, plus 10 for Porter, plus 26 for Gordon, plus 8 for Barton, plus 17 for Morris. Say what you want to say. One of the best starting 5 without Jamal Murray in the NBA, but we got to move on to the bench. And I'm going to talk about the highlight before I talk about them low lights. Bones Highland got 18 minutes tonight, had 8 points with a clutch three-pointer in the fourth quarter, 3 assists as a distributor, 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 5 from the three-point line, 40%, with a block, with the steal, and was the only bench player in the plus today. And he played with the bench and the starters, and he was a plus 10. He was a plus 10 tonight, played good defense, and facilitated and hit shots. That's what you need off the bench. You can say what you want, but he's producing in minutes when he gets the opportunity. He's producing in minutes when he's given the minutes to show that he can play with NBA starters, with other people on the court that have been in the game for a while. He's showing that he got what it takes. Facundo Campazzo tonight, man. I'm not even going to keep bringing it up because I know I'm Argentinians, man. I want y'all to stay on the channel. I realize it's not popular to hear, but you need to hear this. Facundo Campazzo was the worst plus minus in the game at minus 24. 3 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 of 2, 1 of 2, 1 block, minus 24. Here's the thing. Facu had a step back three-pointer he hit. He had another one that got waved off because of a foul call. He hit a good shot when he needed to. That was a key three-point shot. But he played 17 minutes tonight, you all. He was a minus 24. So, again, let me read this. PJ Dozier, minus 15. Jermichael Green, minus 15. Austin Rivers, minus 9. Jeff Green, minus 15. So you can say that, hey, you know what? Everybody else was a minus besides Bones on the bench. But Facu was a minus 24. That matters. There's a story in that. Whenever Facu got horizontal, as I've said repeatedly since last year, if he ever gets horizontal with an offensive player, it can be an average NBA player or an NBA superstar, he is getting scored on or it's a foul. And the Nuggets are compensating so much because offensively, he is just simply not an offensive threat without a pick and roll big man. But even then, why are we having to do so much compensating for Facundo Campazzo and Austin Rivers when they're supposed to be supporting the team at guard, distributing the ball? And again, playing point guard in the NBA is not just about, in 2021, it's not just about distribution, not just about kicking it back out to pop-outs. It's about knowing how to take advantage of the opportunities in front of you, whether that's getting into the paint and getting a layup, hitting a mid-range shot, hitting a three-pointer, hitting the corner, hitting the pop. whatever it is, pointing somebody in the right direction, whatever it is, that's your job. And Facu, by far, is the worst player in the plus-minus department, which matters in the NBA, or on the Nuggets at least, is what I meant. He didn't play well, man. And I don't know. Austin Rivers, 11 minutes, finally hit a shot, 3 points, 1 assist. He was a -9. So Austin only got 11 minutes tonight. Facu got 17 minutes. Bones Highland got 18 minutes. I expect that to tick up. Because it ain't like Bones Highland ain't producing. Bones Highland is playing and producing at a high level. On the season, he is a plus when he's in the game. On the season, he's contributing to meaningful basketball minutes every time he steps on the court. Not just against garbage time, but against NBA players. PJ Dozier tonight, 14 minutes, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 of 3, 0 of 1, -15. Again, JaMychal Green, 6 and 1, 3 of 3, but he was a -15. So tonight, man, was all about the starters. Again, they have one of the worst benches in the NBA so far. I think Bones can help that a lot. I think if you give Bones significant minutes, 24, 25 minutes a game, take over that guard rotation a little bit, it gets better. But they're really going to have to fix this because they don't have enough. If they had like an Otto Porter Jr. or somebody like that who was a shooter in the corner, or somebody who had more of an offensive threat to them, PJ Dozier fits better on this team as the starter with the starters because he plays defense. He can hit threes when he gets the ball, and he can also do pick and roll a little bit and hit some mid-range. The reason I don't want Facundo Campazzo in the starting lineup because Monte Morris is playing way better than he is so far, even if he can be a better bench point guard. But again, Facu will play well because he's playing on the court with Nikola Jokic. We need Facundo Campazzo to be able to play well without Nikola Jokic on the court, and that's just not been the case, even last year. Right now, man, say what you want. The Denver Nuggets are 4-2. They're pulling some after-root victories out. This is 5 times. This is from Chris Marlowe, announcer for the Denver Nuggets. He says for the second time in team history, the Nuggets opened a season holding 5 of their first 6 teams under 100 points. The other time was 2002-2003 when Denver held 15 of the first 16 teams under 100. That season, Denver Nuggets allowed 100 points just 20 times, but finished with a 17-65 record. That ain't going to be the case this year because you know what? Right now, the Denver Nuggets defense is carrying them because the offense is really struggling, and a lot of that has to do with Michael Porter Jr. Offensively, he just doesn't have it yet, but he will get there. The thing is, Aaron Gordon is not a natural scorer, but MPJ is. Will Barton is a natural combo guard who has the ability to be really streaky and can score, but he is not a scorer in the same level you would say Michael Porter Jr. or Jamal Murray or even maybe Bones Highland. Because he is an all-around guard, and he's a really good fit for a championship team. You got to understand, Will Barton is your 5th best player. That's really good. That's very good in the NBA to have somebody like that who, again, is putting up great points and the 2nd best player on the team right now. But I'll tell you what, you best not miss when you come for the MVP. Him and Cat was tussling right before the half in the first half, man, and you know, they was jawing at each other. Cat was making little gestures when he was hitting 3-pointers in the first half, and he was barking and whatnot, and they was wrestling down low. But that's what I'm telling you, man. Say what you want, but until you can put up 26, 19, and 7 consistently on a contender, hey, you better not miss. Great game for the Denver Nuggets tonight. Again, it wasn't pretty, but they held on for the victory. They come back. And they got 2 games back-to-back against the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. That's going to be a great little series. And then they got 2 days off, and then they play Houston back at home next Saturday. So we will be back with an episode for the game on Monday. I'll have an episode hopefully coming out this week with a special guest, you all. But what a game from Yoke. What a game from MPJ defensively and rebounding. What a game from Aaron Gordon. What a block from Will Barton III, you all. Hey, Denver Nuggets, they here to stay. Swipe a gang, hit that subscribe button. We out.